and this is my node capsule, first node product. So you get to see most of the coding work in this project from start to finish. And you get to see, what else do you get to see? You get to see me, well, you get to see me troubleshoot, you get to see me do some research, but you don't get to see everything necessarily. You don't get to see my meetings with my mentor in the coding bootcamp that I'm in. And you don't get to see, what else don't you get to see? You don't get to see sometimes when I'm reading documentation and sometimes when I'm doing setup. So, welcome. Last time we were working on figuring out how to use our calendar and our calendar library and get meals to transform meals into what the calendar is going to use. So, excuse me, I'm burping a lot today. So what we're doing right now is we are, instead of using like a REPL or something like that, we're going to be using just a kind of a node project here. We're going to create a small node project just so that we can play around with this sort of thing. We can play around with how to make a moment, do what we want it to do, and a few other different things. So I'm gonna create something called index.js. I'm gonna open up a terminal and go npm init. And I am gonna go in and that's going to be our test command, keywords, author, blah, blah, blah. Yes. Okay, and then what we are going to do is npm I jest. And I probably should have put a few other things in here. And then we need to install moment, and I think that may be all that we need to install. While this is working, let's make another file, index.html. Oh, right. New, okay. Index.html. And let's create a test.js. Okay, and so let's see here. Okay. Import jest and why does ESLint not like this? Okay. Well, ESLint can go away. And actually, I don't even think I need that. Let me make sure that you can see my screen. Okay. Okay. And by the way, I'm Delia _codes on Twitter, if anybody wants to follow me. All the 2 people who are watching this thing. Okay, so 3 things. We've got empty files, great. Let's look at our package JSON. Scripts test. Okay, that's weird. Okay. Right, we've got just installed. Let's do npm I moment. And other than that, I don't know if we need anything else immediately. We're going to hopefully just mock up a little calendar thing. So let's say, oh, I'm glad you like it. So we're going to say import. Actually, how did I get that import statement to come up? Import statement from index.js. And we're going to say, and let's comment this out for now. I don't think we're going to need it quite yet. Okay, so let's describe, and then let's say a export successful, export transformation, testing transformation. Let's just put transformation. And then let's do this, and let's do this, and let's do this, and let's do this. And from here, let's go it succeeds. And let's create something that is successful. Okay. All right, let's add something. Okay, npm test -- watch. Great. Oh, I need watch all. Okay. Okay, passing test. Great. So let's make a non-passing test. And I'm going to check my notes right here. Right. Get current date and sort meals that are given by current date. Okay. So this is, okay, so what we want to do is we're going to store a meal by the day of the week. And then we're going to say moment, and then we're going to say current locale. Oh, I'm getting a lot of attention. I should probably actually like these things. I guess I can't like a like. But I'm glad people like it. Okay, anyway. So what we're going to do is we need to have a failing test right here. Okay, so let's see here. Expect, we're going to say expect, so there's two ways to do this, right? There's the moment, there's focus on the moment and getting the current day. Okay, so let's kind of comment out the aspects of this problem right here. Okay, so, and we'll comment as a test. Get current day, current date, Okay, so we need that, definitely. Okay, and then what else do we need? We need returns time zone date. Time zoned date. Okay, great. And then what else do we need? We need actually this should be current UTC date. Okay, and then we need here it it sorts data to show current date first. And then what else do we need? We need sorts current date. It sorts data to show current date first, and then it sorts data to show just past data last. To show last meals. Last. No, to show yesterday's meals in a week. In a week. Okay, great. So, expect result to be equal to expected. Actually, expect data to be, and we're going to say data to be result. Const result equals okay, so equals current. Okay, great. And the const data is equal to, I don't know if we actually need data. I don't know if we can actually test this. I think we might not be able to. So let's say, can we test this? So what we could do is, if we just call moment.moment.js already returns current timestamp. Oh. Okay. So what we really should do is, it sounds like as if okay, so it sounds like as if we need to const moment equals require moment. I think that's how I'm supposed to do that. Oh, this definitely failed. Okay. But that's okay. We have a failing test. Let's see here. Let's make sure that I know what I'm doing in terms of moment.js and installing it. Because I've installed it, but I need to make sure that it's okay, const moment equals require moment. Great, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's see here. Browser.
blah, blah, blah. Okay. Okay. I'm not going to worry about that right now. Const moment equals require.moment, and then it should be moment.format. Equals moment.format. And I don't think that we can test this. So I think that we should I wonder if because essentially we're testing the library at this point. So let's delete this right now. What we can do though, what we can do is two things. There's that, and then let's paste this over here. And then I don't think we actually need this here. I think this needs to go in our index. And you think this is a plain text. Why do you think this is a plain text? This is a JavaScript file. Okay. Did I misname it? I don't think so. Okay, great. Okay, so these are testing the library. We don't need to do that. Because again, if we can't rely on moment, then what the hell are we doing? And okay. So okay, const result equals, and then we're gonna say this, and then we're gonna import sort data, sort meal data, and then from here, what we're gonna do is const result equals sort meal data, and then we're gonna call it right here. Expect, okay, so, and then what we're gonna do here is we're going to, we need to create it as a data, and then data equals, actually it should be an array. And then we can say it's an array of objects. So this, let's make our first object. And let's do name. And then what name do we want to do? We want to say cabbage. And then we're going to say description. Actually, it doesn't even need description. It just needs, it needs day of week. Yes. Okay, great. And then that's going to be 3. And notice how we don't care what the current day is for this test. Like, we're not going to care, right? And the current day is 4. And that's the important thing to note. Const data. Yeah, I've got my names wrong. Okay, so anyway, let's go with name, and then let's create something else. Salt. Okay, great. And then let's say day of week, because I only eat salt on Wednesdays, and we should do 4. Okay, great. Okay, so that's my data. You probably want that there. And why does it not like you? Okay, well, you can go away. And my test is still failing, which is fine. Okay, so const. So this isn't result. This is going to be. Technically, this is. Technically, what this is going to be is this is. And then we're going to pass in data to this, not 4. Okay. To be, and we're going to say to equal. And then what we're going to do is we're going to sort these very briefly, and put this above the other one. No, I need to copy it first. Const result equals this one. And then we're going to say to equal result. And let's put this on the side and see what happens. Test suite fails to run because we haven't done anything with this sort meal data. We haven't created it. Okay, so const result. Let's delete that for now. Actually, no. Let's just keep it. Let's comment it out. We're going to save it. And then let's do const sort meal data. And then we're going to say module dot exports equals sort meal data. Okay, let's find out. Unexpected token import. Okay. Right. Okay, right. Because my path is wrong. Okay. Shit. That's why I was plain text. Okay, great. It fails. And it fails wonderfully. Okay, because it doesn't do anything. Okay, so it takes in, we're going to say takes in data. And then what does it do with the data? it actually technically it needs to take in, and I need to incorporate this in the test. It needs to take in today's date. And then so today's day of the week, which is going to be 4, technically. And so this keeps failing. Great. Data, and then day. Okay, great, awesome. And we're gonna say current day. Okay. All right, so what do we need to do? We need to iterate over our thing. We have an array of objects, most likely. So that says to me that we need to do a map. Data.map. And then let's see here. Let's do blah, and let's say M is so what are we doing with this function? What do we need to do to make this pass? We need to compare whether this object M dot current day. No, it's actually M dot day of week. So I think that we need to, I mean, I feel like it would be super simple. M dot day of week is equal to current day. Is actually it's greater than or it's less than or equal to. No, it's greater than or equal to. And then what does it do with it is my question. I mean, how does it sort with map? Maybe it should be filter or reduce. But filter, I don't know. Arg. This is really frustrating. Okay, let me take a break for a minute. And then I will be back in a second. I'm gonna save this though. And it definitely does not work, I'm sure. All right, break time. I will be back. Okay, I'm back. So let's make this happen. Okay, so let's not. So three things. One, as much as I want to do it with a map, like I think that we need to state what we're doing here first, and then we can figure out what this looks like. Okay, so what are we doing here? We need to take each object, take each item in the array, compare um, data, compare, take each item in array. So let's see here. And then compare data here. Data I dot day of week greater than actually less than or equal to current day. Actually less than current day. And we need to slice it out of the array. And pop it in at the end. Pop it in to a new array at the right position. I think. So three things. One, okay, so it doesn't necessarily need to go in it doesn't necessarily need to go in an array. So we don't necessarily need to return it. I mean, okay, so and then sort it so that okay, so what I'm thinking out loud here. My brain feels like it's a little mush right now. Okay, so I guess the idea is that you sort it. So there's different ways to sort it, right? The idea is that we want to display our current meal, our current day, and then the day after. And then the day after. But what if we So I have a thought that's here, and it's kind of like forming in a weird sort of way. Okay, so we're not limited to necessarily. So what we want is really we want data. All right, let's call it result. I feel like I'm using those two words a lot. Call it current blah or something. I don't know. Okay, now that I've cleared my phone notifications so it doesn't drive me bonkers. Okay, so let's say sorted. Sorted object. Sorted meal. Sorted items. Exactly. Okay. Equals object. And then what if this object actually it could be just an array. And then it had 7 positions, right? So, okay, 2 ways. Okay, so let's do sorted items 1, A, and then sorted items O. And then I'll kind of demonstrate what this should look like. Okay, equals O. Okay, great. And then from here, so sorted items O is equal to sorted items O dot 0. And then, yeah, it's dot 0 equals, and what don't you like about this? A leading decimal point can be confused with a dot. Okay, well, you know what? You can go away and do that. Okay, equals object meals, and then it's going to be an array of meals. And we're going to say name, and then we're going to say blah. Salt. Actually, we're going to say pepper just to distinguish it. And then we're going to say description. Okay, and then, or we can do it sorted items A dot push, and then we're going to say we're going to take this array. Yeah, I think the object makes sense. And the reason why is this. So the 0, so moment represents each day of the week by the particular number of the day. And that means that, and what that means is that you have, so what that means is that because of the object of that particular day, it's kind of one of those things where it's like that particular day is that particular object, description, or whatever. So it's in so it's 0 to 6 is their thing. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to create an object of arrays, and each of those is going to, what you do is you you sort through and you push into whatever it is. And that's how to make that work, I think. Yeah. Okay. Because otherwise, I mean, it's simpler to push it here, but then you're relying on the position within the array to denotate when the meal is. And while that kind of makes sense, it's a problem when there are multiple meals per day. Yeah. So I don't think that this makes sense. Okay, so let's delete this. We're gonna delete this, and we're gonna say const, and then we're gonna make this into its own thing. We're gonna say 0 is an array, and we're gonna maybe there's an easier way to do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need one more. Okay, great. And then this is 6, this is 5, this is 4, this is 3, this is 2, this is 2, this is 1. Sorted items. There we go. Okay. So, let's okay, so let's take this here. M.day of the week. Okay, so let's declare sorted items up here. And then what we need to do here, and I don't know if my test completely incorporates this sorted items thing. I think I did some thinking in the thing. Okay, so M.day of the week. Okay, so we need to push into okay, so we need to push into this thing. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, so sorted items dot push. And then we're gonna say M. And then we're gonna say return sorted items. See what happens. Perfect. Yeah, I mean, it does what we want it to do. I mean, it returns exactly the structure that we think it's going to return. And then the map kind of sorts itself out in that sense. I mean, it doesn't necessarily pass the test. So let's see here. Okay, so let's look at our test again. Expect so with this, it doesn't actually use current day at all. Because it's an object. Okay, so let's modify the test to equal result. Okay, because I don't think that. I think so. Let's go with result to equal. Okay, hold on. Let's not get wild. Let's put one here. And let's put one here. And let's... Because each of these things are in an array. And maybe this is overly complex, but I'm not going to worry about it too much. 4. And we're going to say 3. And then we're going to make this back into an object. And then we're going to say to contain. Okay. Let's use to contain. I mean, the other way to do it is just to make it do what we expect it to do. But it contains that. Okay, you know what? We're going to have to do it. Succeeds in adding data to object. Is here, and then, oh my lord. Just, you're giving me a headache. We're gonna say 0, and then we're gonna say 1. Say 2, and we're gonna say 5, and we're gonna say 6. Oh my god, you're killing me right now. Okay, maybe let's try to equal. To be Okay. Wait. Maybe it's literally just the order of them. Oh my god. Okay. This is driving me nuts. That should equal, but I'm not sure why it doesn't. Okay, so 0 is an empty array, 1 is an empty array, 2 is an empty array, 3 is day of week 3, name cabbage, 4 is day of week 4, name is salt. What the fuck? Oh my god. This is driving me nuts. Okay. Like, seriously. Like, okay. So, I don't know what's going on with this. Okay, so the next thing I need to do is I need to test for this thing. I need to test for the actual displays data in current order. In order. Okay. And then so let's see here. Okay, so what should it do? Sort meal, and then, okay, so what it should do is it should const display data in order. Display in order. And then I should say 4. Okay, great. To be the result is I need to be given an array with an object I think. And maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm not on the right track. I feel like I'm not where I need to be with this. And I feel like I'm just like this is like messy as all get out. Okay, so let's see here. I don't entirely know what the result should look like here, I guess, is my kind of thing right now. So my question is, does the result need to be the particular day, the day's meals, or something else? or something else? Because the way I'm thinking about this is I'm thinking this function should access and display meals in the right day. Like, I don't necessarily think you need to iterate over it. It's like, if today is... So, if today is 4, the day should be displayed 4 should be displayed first. Along with its meals. And then 5. Okay, so what this result is going to be kind of like a templated meals sort of thing. Const result, templated meals. Of some sort. Because technically what because it's an object, it's like just a question of like 0 dot, it's mapping those things and putting them in the thing. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. Okay. It's time for my mentor meeting, so I'm gonna have to let you go. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found it educational. I certainly have. And I will talk to you soon.